Yan Liang joins me now from Portland, Oregon. She's the chair of the economics department at Willamette University. Great to see you, Professor.
Thank you for having me, Elaine.
Well, do events like this fair impact China's ability, especially right now, to attract foreign investment and trade? And what are foreign companies, looking for right now?
Right. So I think judging from the past experiences, these kinds of trade events are really welcomed, and they're really helping to promote transactions and deals. And so the just concluded the International Trade Fair in Trade and Services has reached 1,339 deals, and I think the report to talk about that's worth tens of billions of dollars. And I think more to come, because what this showcases are what are the new opportunities, what are the new products and services that China and the trade partners can offer to each other. So, for example, China has showcased many digital services that are really, attractive for foreign buyers, and China is also encouraging the imports of carbon-cutting technologies and services. So it really creates this platform to have these win-win sort of transactions and trade and investment.
Well, you mentioned some keywords there: green, low carbon, and digital economy. That was some of the main trends of this particular event. What does that mean exactly to the average person? And what are some things to watch when it comes to some of those things? How would that impact us?
Right. So I think, the government sort of position is that trade in services and also digitalization is really the key to the environmentally sustainable growth. So for services, in terms of digital, one can think of, as simple things like, digital payment system, which we know in Pakistan, for example, they're now wanted to introduce, they have already the Alipay, and now they wanted to introduce, the WeChat Pay. So one of the things is we're using digital services to replace the traditional, paper money or coins and things like that. So it boosts efficiency, and it definitely reduces environmental footprint. There are also many other, important services like the information technology, the satellite system, blockchain. So all of these, I think, would be really helpful. In addition to the traditional, services like tourism, education, all of these would be helpful in the sense that they don't, consume too much energies or resources. Take education as example, right? But it really helps to boost technological and productivity growth.
And as we're sort of rounding the corner here and looking down the end of 2022, how would you describe the current state of global trade? Are things starting to look more optimistic to you? How do you think we'll end the year?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think looking at China's trade number in August, China's exports still grew at 7.1%, but that's lower than the 18% back in July. So there are many headwinds. I think for one is the global inflationary pressure that really tighten the consumer's purse string. If you have to spend too much money filling up your gas tank, then you have less money to buy these imported products. That said, I think China's exports still are very price competitive, so this will win some sort of advantages for Chinese products. But going forward, I think there is still the possibility, right, as central banks are hiking rates, that could bring global recession, and so that would definitely reduce the external demand. And for supply, August has been a difficult month for China. China was dealing with historical heat waves, droughts, and power crunch. So hopefully going forward, once the temperature gets better, the climate becomes more cooperative down the road, then it will be helpful to boost the supply. But of course, the COVID restrictions added another layer of complications.
And we're seeing that continue for the next few weeks. Professor Yan Liang, always great to see you and get your take. Thank you so much for joining us.